Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. Welcome back to Valhalla. We're on day 3, and we're at home relaxing. Your membership to a Shiny Figured will be automatically renewed on the 17th. Make sure your account has at least $800 by then. Jill bought what she wanted, and she's surely pleased with herself. She will surely focus at work. You can now browse Kira Miki's blog. 4 says, did that idol really show up, or is she like the ghost? And Jill says, hey, it's that kind of authoritative, hey, shut up or you'll get smacked. And seeing as 4 likes to talk smack sometimes, he might deserve it. Let's look at what we got. I believe I read all these last time, but we'll just eyeball them. You know, Kimberly Valette, the girl we helped out last time. I don't think there's much to do at the moment. Maybe we looked at this. My memories get jumbled up. Well, let's go to work. Please excuse any side riffraff. There may or may not be an event going on near my vicinity. One I'm not taking part in. Good evening. Oh, hi there. I was expecting the bar to be different before opening hours, but I guess it's just the same tired thing. Alma? Ah, Leonidas. Gillian. Marcello. I stumbled across her on my way in and asked her if she wanted to tag along. Hope you don't mind. Sure, make yourself at home. Where's Boss? She didn't put the helmet on again, did she? She went out for a bit. I don't know what for, but she'll be back. Alright. Fun fact about this game, if you screw up enough times, Boss will come and find you and be like, go home, game over. But if you think you're clever, you can try and do that when Boss is out of the store, and she'll still come running like, hey, I heard the sounds of someone fucking up. And it's like, but you were like 3 blocks away. She's like, doesn't matter. I heard the sounds of fucking up. So, fun tip if you've been an ace at this game and never seen the dialogue of you just getting yelled at, like, hey, it's time for you to log off the computer. So, Alma, make yourself comfortable while I prepare. Right, thanks. Let's see. I think this is good. I think I've set a playlist last time that just is, agreeable with my reading style, so sorry, welcome to Valhalla, Every Day is Night, and Drive Me Wild. You guys are my favorites, but we're just gonna rock this for at least the first half. I think I want to do another long play. Time to mix drinks and change lives. What was that? Oh, just something made me say back in instruction. It kind of stuck. Huh. I went to a school that made us stand up with our hands on our backs when someone came in. That habit didn't rub off until high school or so. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Oh, yeah, look at this. And Jill pulls out her cool mug. A glass with a signature. To I'll assume it's either an autograph or an impromptu medicine recipe. That Kira Mickey girl came here yesterday, before her concert actually. Oh, yeah. Now I see your name here. You don't seem very surprised. I like B-Link more, actually. The stoic-looking duo, right? Yep, those. It seems you had a better day than mine yesterday. I had to break up with Damien. I see. Want a drink? You don't seem very surprised. Alma, we've known each other for what, a few months now? I'd be interested if those relationships of yours, air quotes, of yours went further than a week or 2. You say you broke up, but there's usually not enough time to foster something to break. It's more like, the guy wasn't what I wanted, so I stopped flirting. You could pretend to be more interested, you know. Like my mom says, if I don't buy it, it's because I know the product. Huh. Speaking of buying, do you want a frame? A frame? Yeah, for all those pics you have of your boss, the ones filling your phone's memory. Some sneakily taken at that. And for another round of me reading off emotions that aren't presented in the game, imagine Jill doing a Japanese style finger horns and being taken aback like, huh? And she's powerless before almost smugging it up. A rare expression we see. And Gil turns around like a bolt out of like a bolt of lightning. It's like, is that true? Gossip. What do you care? How the hell did you find that out? So it is true. Shut up. I'm a hacker, remember? You shouldn't piss off a hacker. Aw, I really like this one of hers sleeping in her office. I think I'll copy it. Oh my wa! Hey, can you make me a bad touch before we keep arguing? Yeah, sure. Alma wants a bad touch. A bad touch. 2 bronchian extract, 2 powder delta, 2 flounder guide, 4 chromatrine. All on the rocks and mixed. We're nothing but mammals after all. Its tags are sour, classy, and vintage. I had something I was gonna say, but I forgot. What was it? 1 bad touch? You know what? Nah, a big bad touch. Yeah, if that works. I don't quite know. I think we have enough room for 8. Yeah, that seems alright. Alright, 1 big bad touch. Here you go. This is 1 big bad. Are you hitting on me? You wish. Maybe. So, who's Damien again? And Jill resumes her classy bartender look. You know, back straight, eyes closed slightly, shining a glass. You know, giving her customer proper attention. And you know, this time we're not messing with Alma. We're trying to do our job. The one with the nice car. Sure, he's also the manager at a bank, but the car is what caught my interest, caught my eye. And what was wrong with him? Turns out he was a LARPer. Oh no, not a LARPer. And Jill just kind of raises her eyebrow like, LARP? Live action role playing. Sounds more like the nickname of some very heavy-handed writer. Or military organization. Could be any English city, never know. What did he roleplay as? Have you heard of those Woodstock fairs? Those events where people barely dress, stink, and roll in the mud and fucking in the open? Those are hippies. Yeah. He frequents those and it's something I'd rather not deal with after all. If I stayed with them, I'd eventually have to. I mean, I need to support my partner in what he does, but if it's something like that... You see? That's the problem right there. You say breaking up like you had something formal, but most of the time you're still getting to know him. Think about it. Have you entered your longest lasting relationship for things like those? Okay, sorry for not using the right word or whatever, but I'm still sorely disappointed. And at least I'm trying to get some action. When was the last time you spent the night with someone else? Last night. Your cat doesn't count. A year ago. It was messy. See? I mean, I have no idea how you deal with that. If I were you, I would have pushed fuckboy over there into a closet ages ago. Fuckboy? Not me? People have different needs and priorities, Alma. Yes, but you don't have to... You don't... Yes, but don't you miss having the warmth of someone else at your bedside? Using them as a pillow, mixing your perfume with theirs. Putting your head against their chest. Listening to them breathe as they pet your head. Dozing off knowing that they're there, watching you, protecting you. And, follow along with me here. I'm gonna need your best here. I want you to deeply imagine Jill, and she's looking at Alma, and Her eyes just kind of go vacant for a few seconds as she's describing it, and you know, her eyes are flickering while they're vacant, and you can imagine she's recalling something, you know, something at the back of her mind. She's like itching, and she's like, and you know, her mouth is like slightly agape, and maybe a bead of sweat rolls down the back of her spine, and she feels a little chill. Because sometimes our patrons at Valhalla hit the mark a little too closely for what Jill is, you know, her daily life could be. Jill? And Jill is still disassociating, like, not bad or good. She's currently, you know, eyes vacant, you know, maybe flickering, you know, maybe flashes something that was there once. And she comes back to reality. Anything I can make you to shut up and drink. I'll have you know that my uncle Juan taught me ventriloquism. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'll have you know that my uncle Juan taught me ventriloquism when I was 12. Oh, here's a fun fact about Alma. Alma is Latino, as described in the Valhalla art book. You would not be able to guess that upon first glance. I don't know if it's me, but Alma doesn't seem very Hispanic in nature or in tone. I don't know if Alma is a Spanish name. That could be just me. I could be wrong. I am leaning to that side without a doubt. But this is one of the few indications, like, maybe she has Hispanic blood, but Alma's like 100% Hispanic, I believe. So, fun fact. Drinking won't stop me from talking or making tasteless puns for Aunt Rosa. Another, you know, indication. Now that I notice these things, like, they pop out a little bit more, like, hey, these characters have character, you just have to pay attention. Like, from these two little bits, maybe you're like, oh, she has Hispanic relatives? And it's like, oh, she could be Hispanic herself. Still, give me something weird, would you? Huh. Ventriloquism. Weird? A weird drink? Yeah, something different, experimental, uncommon. Let's see. A weird drink. Promo drinks fit that bill easily. Alright. Type. Promo. We're going to give her a, I think, Zen Star. A Zen Star is 4 of each ingredient, all the rocks and mixed. You'd think something so balanced would actually taste nice. You'd be dead wrong. Its tags are sour, promotional, and bland. So, we're making a Zen Star. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Rocks. Rocks. Mix. Zen Star. And I forgot to turn on the jukebox. Dawn Approach is a good song. Serve it up. Here. Yeah, this fits the bill. It's a promotional drink made to commemorate a movie. Oh, I guess the game assumes we would have made her a, what was it called? A Grizzly Temple? Yeah. Read, they let the chance to sell drinks that would be unmarketable otherwise. Oh. Oh. You know, your orders are weird today. They are? Yeah, usually the first thing you'd ask for is Brandtini, then something like a Cobalt Velvet or something similar. Well, sometimes I feel like I need something different, you know. Like boyfriends? Something tells me part of the reason you left this Damien is because he was too deep into the routine. Maybe. Hey, speaking of routines, as a hacker, what's your opinion on the whole Alice Rabbit thing? And you can maybe tell slightly, but Alma's not very pleased at such a question. So imagine Alma, you know, glares at something, maybe at, not really at Jill, but in Jill's direction. So Jill's like, why are you glaring at me? That's the silence of somebody that's the silence of someone who just heard something stupid. Stupid enough to warrant the speech they prepared just for occasions like this. I don't think Jill asked anything stupid. She's like, what do you think about Alice Rabbit? That's a pretty fair question. That's the same thing, be like, hey, what do you think of the news? And it's like, oh, I think this about the news. As always, very perceptive of you. You know, decades ago, there was this group of people that hacked simple sites with an agenda. Can't remember what they used to call themselves. I just remember there was petty vandalism. I need to slow down. I'm messing up. Anyway, everyone that participated started using the same name. They wanted to create this anonymous anarchist identity. The whole Alice Rabbit thing is just the logical conclusion of that. It's what happens when that idea reaches its breaking point and goes mainstream. It is no longer a group, but an individual. An untouchable entity watching from the shadows, monitoring and judging everything anyone does. Observing, tolerating no one but itself. A lot of bullshit for what's essentially a pet the press made up. The antithesis of your usual boogeyman, if you must. So you don't think such a person exists? Don't know, don't care. I mean, we have seen the actions of such an entity, but it might be anything. An individual, a group, an AI. That's not taking into account all the copycats and pranksters using the name. So, Alice Rabbit is a thing that exists, but it's also really muddied overall. There's something else that worries me though. That kind of story always catches the attention of kids and such. They start trying to hack stuff without knowing the risk or consequences. Imagine if suddenly a group of tweens broke into this bar and started asking for drinks. That's how it feels for me, and it's thanks to that damned Alice Rabbit thing. I see. But enough of that. There's a more pressing matter at hand. There is? Yeah, you've been delaying my invitations for hanging out sometime for too long. Oh, that. Do you hate me that much, Jill? Does my presence make you that uncomfortable? No, At this rate, I might just crash by your apartment. That way you can't just say no. Maybe I'll also crash for the night. We could have a sleepover, braid our hair, tell stories all night, shower together. You know you need some human warmth in that place. Your tits alone will fill my entire bathroom. Man, you react too nonchalantly. It's no fun. React a little bit. Let me tease you for a second. No. In all seriousness, though. Any particular reason you keep turning down my invitations? I mean, it's not a date. I just want to have a conversation with you outside of these four walls. I'm not a morning person. I registered for a night shift precisely to avoid waking up early. The earliest I've asked you out is at 10 a.m., you know. That's morning. What are you talking about? Anything before noon is morning. If we're being technical, that's technical. Anything before noon is morning. That's early morning by my standards. I mean, I guess from midnight to like noon is like morning, but morning starts at, I'd say, 4:30. If I'm generalizing everybody in the whole in all of the United States, I guess, or at least central United States, 4:30 is pretty early. Like 3 a.m. is like where the night should end, if I'm gonna quote How I Met Your Mother or whatever. And 4 a.m. is like, It's like we're about there. Like the sun could break soon. It might not. 5 a.m. is like, that's morning. That's straight up morning. So I agree with Jill, but I'm a technical person. I'd say before noon and after 4:30, that's morning. I mean, it's not that I don't want to hang out. It's just I don't want to wake up early. You are hopeless. Anyways, I'm gonna need another drink here. Like, say, a big brandtini. Finally, that's the Alma I know. A big brandtini. Simple enough. Blah da da da. You have to excuse my slight throat clearing. There's a foul smell somewhere, and I hoped I rectified it by screaming a little bit at someone that is definitely not recorded, because that is definitely cut out. But yeah, I'm gonna have to clear my throat a little bit. I'm a little sensitive in my nasal cavities. My nose is a little sharp. Oops, I gotta double this. A Brandtini is 6 out of high, 3 powder delta, and 1 Carmatrine. All aged and mixed. 8 out of 10 smug assholes would recommend it, but are too busy being smug assholes. Its tags are sweet, classy, and happy. Alright, and see Carmatrine. Age mix. I feel like I had something to say, but I forgot. But yeah. Here. You know, Brandtini is such a weird name. It was originally supposed to replicate the Martini. Problem is, the BTC got a hold of the brand Vermouth that was named after a certain automobile company. So on a weird whim, they changed the name. I see. Jill? Huh? Jill. That'd be 4A696C6C. Or 010010100110101 0110110011100. In binary, you have 15 ones. Did you celebrate your 15th birthday, Jill? That's another hint to Alma being Latina. She's trying to say quinceañera, which is something in Latin culture. I'm surprised I didn't catch all this the first time. You'd think you'd catch all this, but it's just like, it's not really adding up until you like have someone spell it out for you, like, oh, I see now, that makes sense. Don't think so. What about your sweet 16? Did you do anything special for that? Nope. And your 18th or 21st? Nope. 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 None of those. I saw no point in marking them any different from other birthdays. Making them any different. Oh, but they're different. How so? They celebrate your budding sexuality. It's the point where society tells you that you can fuck. That you're starting to look appealing enough for other people to consider fucking you. It's also the hypocritical way they tell you you can, but shouldn't fuck. I guess that's one way of saying it. Although there's no point in celebrating those so late. There was this one time in middle school I got fed up with the teacher. I was in 8th grade, but the idiot kept treating me like a child. So one day, I adjusted my shirt and pushed my boobs together with my arms and told him, "Teacher, do you know how you could get me pregnant? Right?" Poor bastard couldn't look at me for the rest of the year. I also got suspended, scolded, and grounded, but it was totally worth it. I was a blossoming woman, and I wasn't gonna stand for it. And Jill kinda, looks down on Alma a little bit like, why would you? And she just kinda like sighs internally and just continues on. This is why I like numbers. Numbers don't await your sexual awakening just to tell you later that you shouldn't be sexual. Numbers never betray you. They don't cross you. They don't expect you to form a family or give them grandkids. You think 27 cares if you have a Catholic wedding? No, but I care if you're drunk. I meant most certainly not. Then spell your name. 41, 6C, 6D, 61. There. Not in hexadecimal. Alma? I'll call you a cab. I'll be fine. I'm going home now. My brother-in-law is close by. He told me to call him when I was done. Bye, Jill. And almost stumbles out the door with a wobble. But she's not so wobbly that whatever happens next is happening. Take care out there. Hello, sugar. Ow! Hello, Mr. Donovan. Like my pop used to say, never touch the ass of a woman with metallic arms. I think it's more like plastic and carbon fiber. They're hard as fuck, and that's how all my abdomen felt. Do you normally greet people that way? I'm a man that can't contain himself when he sees something he likes, kid. Oh, but don't worry, you're safe. You're flattened in the field in my summer house. A bit of advice, you shouldn't provoke the one serving you drinks or food. Don't be offended, kid. You have your audience, I'm just not part of it. Today I'm making this a quick one. Gotta tend to business in a while. Having said that, I'll just have the usual. The usual, he says. Mr. Donovan wants the usual. 3 days and he already has the usual drink. So, fun fact about this. What was it? Fun fact about this. If you mess up Mr. Donovan's drink here on purpose or not, what he says is, okay, first let me make this drink, because I have to recall it correctly in order to land it. Beer, aldehyde, superannuation extract, powder delta, flanner guide, fill her up, mixed. Alright, so what he says is, were you really that offended by what I said about your chest? You have your audience and I have mine, okay? And then he drinks his drink, and Jill just glares at him like, fuck off. She doesn't say anything, she just glares at him. And he goes back to his regular dialogue. But you get special dialogue in this game, depending on if you fuck up a drink in a specific way, or just like, do it at impromptu moments. Like, if this weren't a game, and it'd be like kind of lifey, in a way where making drinks doesn't depend on what someone says, I think the real Jill is what I'm getting at, would fuck up his drink like, okay, fuck off. And he's like, why are you so mad? It's like, because I hate you and you suck. So, that is what he says. So, in your own playthroughs of Valhalla, if anyone is out there and has heeded my warnings of please buy and play this game, and the 2 soundtracks too, experiment with all kinds of things like getting game overs at certain points, or like messing up drinks, or getting people drunk, or you can do all kinds of things in this game. It's very, very varied. Very, very varied. That's a tongue twister. Alright, enough of that. The usual. Sure, this'll work. But we gave you what you wanted. What brings you today, Mr. Donovan? That girl I interviewed yesterday is coming again in a couple of weeks. So I was working to clinch an exclusive interview. Did you succeed? Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I'm Donovan D. Dawson. I always get what I want. No, you don't. Sure, I had to blackmail the editors of local outlets, but the end result is what matters. I see. And Jill kinda, her already negative opinion of Mr. Donovan just got even lower somehow. If that's even possible. Wait, blackmail? You'd be surprised at the kind of stuff you find out when you get the right people drunk. Is that a hint? I like how Kiravan and the Valhalla crew they're throwing these little nuggets like, hey, game, but also character. Huh? Hey, Zach, take control on that glass over there. Ah, oh yeah.
That big-titted Lilum was here?
She came yesterday before the concert, yeah.
Anything juicy come out of her visit?
No.
Gossip-worthy?
No.
Tabloid-worthy?
No.
Come on, there has to be something.
Well, her love for what she does is so honestly pure that anyone who tries to ruin it should be ashamed. And she glares at Mr. Donovan with her hands at her side, you know, giving him a very dirty look.
Oh, don't give me that shit. Throw me a bone here, anything.
I've got nothing, man. Even if I did, I wouldn't give you anything.
Everyone has a price. How much for you to spill the beans?
I'm serious here. She said nothing that could be used against her or that you didn't already know. And you're not buying us. We don't have a price.
Fine.
Say, are many of your interns women, Mr. Donovan?
All of my interns are women, kid. Every single one of them is a pack of hungry, desperate bitches.
Why only women?
Did you ever watch Race for Hope?
The movie?
Yeah. A movie about journalists looking for clues regarding a murder. That tacky movie had everything. Romance, action, a dog with sunglasses. It also sold this weird fantastical image of what journalism is. I'm guessing lots of girls saw it in high school and wanted to become journalists. And now I have to deal with that shit.
How can you be so sure?
My first brother-in-law was a doctor. He said that a couple of years after Emergency Heart movie, all of his interns were women for a long while. And this is why you don't let brats that barely understand what responsibilities are pick a career.
Do you perhaps know a girl named Kimberly LaVallette?
Doesn't ring a bell. Who is she?
Nobody. Forget I said anything. Any interesting preview? Any interesting preview of tomorrow's news?
You expect me to share my information when you wouldn't share your scoop on the singer?
How can one share when there's nothing honestly to share?
Uh-huh. I'm gonna be a good citizen today and let this one pass.
Let what pass? We couldn't give you anything. Well, I guess we could give him one thing, but Jill did outline. I'm gonna read it. Jill did outline right here. Where was it? Here. I'm serious here. She said nothing that could be used against her or that you already didn't know. Whatever she told us, and I do recall most of the conversation she told us, it's pretty much that, hey, I like drinks, and she posted it on her blog. So that's out in the open. Or, hey, I love my fans, which is already out in the open. And she didn't say anything that could be used against her, like how she has a stalker break into her house. I guess you can technically use that, but she didn't seem too concerned about it, so it couldn't be used against her. Like, Jill, this is very wellly worded for Jill. She said nothing that could be used against her or that you didn't already know. So even if you said some of these things like, oh, she has a group of stalkers, she's like, she herself's like, it's fine. He just breaks into my panty drawer, but makes me breakfast, so it checks out. And it's like, what? Jill's great. I love Jill. That's why I have my Jill plushie over to the side, holding hands with Boss.
Have you heard of a group called the Harbingers?
Not really, no.
There's some group wanting to overthrow the White Knights. I read their manifesto in the bathroom once. Interest in peace and even better makeshift toilet paper. They talk about how the organization is corrupt, full of mob bosses or something like that.
I think I heard about that somewhere. What of them?
They sent a message to some outlets saying they have proof of their claims. That they're gonna release it all to the public tomorrow.
Oh, that'd be interesting to see. I think.
I know, right?
He says that as a journalist, like, I love information, and Jill says that as a citizen's like, oh, that'd be interesting, maybe. And she says, I think, as in, that might throw the city into chaos, and seeing as I live in the city, I'd rather it not be in chaos. So, that is a strong possibility. But Mr. Donovan's an impartial news source, so you know he loves it.
Alrighty, kid. Give me a bleeding Jane so I can call it a day.
Okay. He wants a bleeding Jane to change of pace. A bleeding Jane is 1 bronchian extract, 3 powdered delta, 3 flanner guide, all blended. Say the name of his drink 3 times in front of a mirror and you'll look like a fool. Its tags are spicy, classic, and sobering. 2 of these are very unique. You don't see sobering very much, you don't see spicy. It'd be interesting if someone asked for a spicy drink for once, like, hey, go dig through the menu and find it. Here.
Simple enough for you, I see.
And Jill's rage quietly builds.
So I've heard this. I heard this is Dana Zane's bar. Is it true?
Yeah.
Never thought I'd hear about the undefeated of the West again. More so after that incident with the bears. Where is she?
She's out running some bears. And Jill, she catches that and she stops talking and blinks rapidly like, excuse me?
6 years ago, a cash-strapped Dana Zane entered an underground ring for money. Faced 10 enraged grizzly bears, she beat them all without killing them. I heard she set them free afterwards too.
And you were there?
I was drunk and bored, what can I say?
Do you know if she lost her arm there?
Can't remember, too drunk. Maybe she had her prosthetic then too? I heard someone there suggest that she lost it after throwing a baseball out of the stadium. Threw it so hard her arm fell off.
Now that's just plain silly.
But that sounded more like an unsubstantiated rumor.
More like something she made up.
Well, I gotta go. Next time you see Dana, thank her for winning me my 2nd yacht. I knew betting on her was the right choice.
Please come again, Jill says in her smallest voice.
Yeah.
Alright, and we are at the halfway point. I'm feeling spicy today, so we're going to continue our long play. It is now safe to keep playing. I believe Jill is humming Shine Spark. Still look good. Ah, boss, you're back.
Yeah, sorry about not being here earlier.
What were you doing?
I had a brief meeting with my BTC regional manager.
Oh, everything alright?
As alright as it can be, considering that we're closing eventually.
And when will that happen?
I don't know. Brian said that we'll be safe for a few months while the paperwork is filed and everything's being put in order.
Oh, Jill says disappointingly.
I was also talking to him about you.
About me?
Yeah, I was telling him to do whatever it takes to ensure you don't spend too much time without a job. If possible, to reassign you ASAP after closing.
Aw, and Jill, you know, her cheeks, you know, turn a little red like, aw, the boss cares.
Hey, if it helps, Brian might be the angriest of us all. They want to close down the only bar in the whole area that has given me headaches, he said.
Jill gets a chuckle out of that. What about Gil?
He's the one that worries me the most, actually. He's kind of working using the credentials of another guy that was working here before.
Who?
The one who bought a levitation potion. The one who bought a levitation potion and then threw himself off of a building.
Ah, yes, the levitation potion story. And whoops, hit my dresser. And Jill says this, you know, she says this in her mind while kind of rolling her eyes, and it leaks out because boss can tell we're kind of rolling her eyes. You use weird euphemisms, boss. And boss just kind of like looks at us very, very disappointedly, like, Jill, stop talking before I get upset.
Anyway, I find it hard to believe that Gil will find a job after all this.
Just who is Gil?
I have an idea who he is, but I'm still putting the pieces together. Anyway, back to work. Imminent closure is no excuse to slack off.
Yes, sir. And Gil's just kind of like He's got his hands wide open and he's got a face like, huh? You guys do know I can hear you, right? Who's this? Is this? This is... Shoot, I can't remember. Whatever. This place looks familiar. Oh, well. Now I gotta lean into it. Excuse me, is this the VA-11 Hall A bar? It is indeed. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh God, what is Say planning now? Excuse me? Huh. I want a drink whose name was changed after many women protested. Can you give me that? Sure. What was the drink whose name was changed after people caused a stink? That would be a piano woman, as we told Kimberly. A piano woman is 5 Aldehyde, 5 Bronson extract, 2 powdered delta, and 3 finer guide, with 3 chromatrin to top it off. All aged and mixed. It was originally called a pretty woman, but too many people complained there should be a piano woman if there was a piano man. Its tags are sweet, promotional, and happy. 2, 3. Shoot. Oh, fun fact about Piano Woman. It's just the inversion of Piano Man. If you look, it's 2, 3, 5, 5, 3, except Chromatron. Chromatron stays the same. So 2, 3, 5, 5, and this one is 5, 5, 3, 2, 3, and still 3 Chromatron. And while this one is on the Roxy mix, this one is aged mixed. So, yay. Then this one's sour, promotional, strong, but this one's sweet, promotional, and happy. So I don't know if there would be an angry tag, but I guess strong is different from happy in terms of taste. Anyway, aged mix. Whoops, I hicked that up. I forgot to turn on H. Shoot. Let's try it again. So yeah, I got some Valhalla facts in my back pocket. You want to fight about it? Good. I thought so. Alright. Beam Woman. Here you go. Very nice. Thanks a lot. So you know, say, Miss, I'm Stella Hoshi. My pleasure. Yeah, I know her. She's been here before, yes? Yep. In fact, I'm glad you know her, because she left, this here last time. And Jill picks up Say's helmet from underneath the bar and plops it on the table. Oh God, so she left her helmet behind again? Not the first time, huh? Her helmets have been picked up by all sorts of people in the last 3 months. Valets, nurses, morticians, fire jugglers. She's been lucky enough to always leave it with people who return it, at least. Whoa, quite a few people. Say's as much a sociable girl as she is a total klutz. At least when she's not being serious, she's very competent when she puts her mind to it. I see. So, did she recommend you to this place, or...? We're meeting here today. I can see why she chose this place. It's the kind of place she likes. And imagine Stella putting her hands close to her mouth, Ojo-sama style, and she's eyeing Jill up, you know, giving her the full up and down, and Jill just kind of standing there like, can I help you? And Jill can sense she's obviously a rich person. Like, look at these look at these twin drills and her very, very stylish outfit. I believe underneath her model is like she has a fluff like a fluff piece, like a fur coat sort of. So this is like her sleek outside, but she's got like a little fluff underneath her. So, Say, is that Kira Mickey's autograph on that glass? Seems like the glass is a conversation starter. Nice. Good on Jill. Yeah, it is. How did you get it? She stopped here yesterday just before the concert. Really? I mean, she did. Yeah, nice girl. Can I see it? Sure. Ah. Yep. This star-like signature is hers. So your name's Jill then? Yes. Ain't this nice? Here you go. Do you like her, Miss Stella? Just call me Stella. I do. Whenever you hear her songs, you're filled with so much energy and happiness. I heard she's even opened with a new version of Shine Spark. Oh boy, that's not good. I'm so vexed that I couldn't purchase a ticket for this one. A new version? Yes, I heard a leak from the event. It felt more... how to put it? Hot-blooded? I see. That might have been us. She definitely took the dark ad too far. Oh, excuse me for a second. Hello? Where the hell are you? Car crash? Oh, you're helping. Will it take long? Alright. Yeah, don't worry. I take it that was say? Yes. Will you wait for her? I will. In the meantime, I feel like having another drink. One that was prepared in the memory of its creator's dearest friend. Alright. A drink in honor of a good friend. She wants Piano Man. Piano Man, 2 out of high, 3 bronze and extract, 5 powder delta, 5 flounder guide, and 3 karma shrine. On the rocks and mixed. This drink does not represent the opinions of the bar pianist units or its associates. I heard the tag, so I'm reading it. Is this the one you had in mind? Yes, exactly. Thank you. May I ask you something that might be personal? It isn't about my eye, is it? No, it's not. Or at least I don't think so. I don't get to serve many cat boomers, so it's something I've been curious about. Did you go through with the procedure because of a disease or because of the fad? Before I was born, I was diagnosed with nanomachine rejection. So it had to be done, otherwise I would have died shortly after birth. I'm a bit on the weak side because of it though. I'm sorry if I overstepped. So, Fun Valhalla backstory. Glitch City is infected with nanomachines. Like, they said it in the very, very opening. Like, city filled with nanomachines, like, all that stuff. But, expanding upon it, like, there are nanomachines everywhere. Like, in the air, on people. Like, so touching a person would, like, give her nanomachines. But the nanomachines were rejected, it would kill her. Like, quite fast. Because her body goes into, like, overdrive mode of fighting, a force that isn't, like, doing anything. It's like when your body attacks itself. It's like, why are you attacking yourself, body? It's like, I don't know. I'm doing whatever. So, I believe that's, like, a scenario in a lot of cyberpunk stories. Especially, like, games like Deus Ex where, augment rejection, they need to have neuropathy to, like, calm it down so your body's like, okay, this isn't, like, evil. We'll accept you for now. So, that's nanomachine rejection in a nutshell. I don't mind. It's always nice to dispel the idea that my parents were just into the fad. You seem to know your drinks, Jill. Well, I guess I read a bit more than the recipe book. So, obviously that dialogue changes if you screw up Stella's drinks. And I'll talk about more dialogue changes as we go on. Do you like alcohol? Yeah, but not in the usual way. I don't drink that much outside of canned beer. But their colors, their stories, the way you need to keep them stored, their designs. It sounds a bit silly when I say it out loud. No, not really. Like, I think that goes the same for like games, like game cartridges or collections. Like, you know, the stories they tell, their designs, you know, what kind of content they actually have, you know, how it was made, under what conditions it was made, all kinds of neat stuff. Not at all. Do you collect them or anything like that? Actually, yeah. I started my grandpa's collection and have been slowly growing it. It's been hard because of my debts, but I manage little by little. Do you like alcohol, Stella? I'm here, right? But I'm normally more of a social drinker. Unless it's with someone, I don't tend to drink much. I see. Sorry I'm late. Welcome. You took your sweet time. Yes, sorry. I got caught in rush hour traffic too, and I figured walking might be faster. Luckily there was a building with emergency stairs nearby and I climbed down. Climbed down? Take an air cab. Oh. I was just using ground transportation, but I'm happy to see that you put safety first. Safety? No. Flying cars are just way cooler. I still don't understand how they don't give you motion sickness. If I find out how I avoid it, you'll be the first to know. Anyway, I'll have whatever she orders next. I'd like a drink that was... You read it again? You and your cryptic orders always leaving us weird stuff. Hey, I expect only the best from whoever serves me. They need to be able to answer these kinds of orders. Still, I'm sure you're wearing poor Jill out here with that kind of stuff. She's done quite well so far, actually.
And if you screw up, I think more than one of Stella's drinks, she'll be like, maybe. She'll say ... maybe. And Jill just kinda, she responds with ... and says like, well shit. Whoops, looks like I should have got here faster because Stella and Jill aren't getting along, and that doesn't make me very happy. So, Stella can be judgmental because she expects the best. Because she's an Ojo-sama, she gotta have the best. That's a character trait that's not very well reflected when you talk to her. Because I know we just met her, but spoilers for her dialogue, she's a pretty nice person. Like, I don't think that's a major spoiler. Stella's generally nice. I think a lot of people coming to this bar are generally nice if you get them in the right mood. But they have these, everyone has these little quirks, like what they're about. And Stella is, once again, an Ojo-sama, a rich lady. And if I keep saying Ojo-sama, you don't know what Ojo-sama means. It just means like a rich lady. A rich woman from a, family of prestige. And as she expects nice things because she grew up in a very influential environment where, she's handed the best of the best. So, explanation over.
Really?
Thank you.
Whatever. Please order something normal, would you? That'll be 2 French weavers then. You'll have 2 drinks at once? No, we're sharing. What? Like half a glass for each? Isn't it better for just one for each? Don't worry, you'll see.
2 French weavers. Easy enough. So, this is one of those moments where you're reading the dialogue and you're like, is Say stupid? And the answer is no, Say's not stupid. She catches on to things a little bit slower than the others. I think I might have said this before when we first met Say. Like, hey, Say's not as fast as everybody else. And I maybe or may not talked about how there have been some debates online like, hey, is Say, like, a little slow? And, the devs are like, it's interesting you people think that way about Say when we just kind of made her, like, kind of doofy. I'm obviously paraphrasing, like, way paraphrasing. But the general outcome of, like, the developers answering questions was like, that's an interesting take. And a little beyond that, paraphrasing again, is like, that's not how we designed her, but that's an interesting take. Like, you'd imagine Say as, like, being a little slow, as we'll skirt around it and call it autistic. There, I said it. I don't know why I got a chuckle out of me, but yeah, some people are like, is Say autistic? And it's like, no. It's interesting you think that though. Like, there's little nuggets of like, she's not catching on as fast as others, and that's a character trope. You're not quick on the draw. So, yeah, and that's another example of like, Stella's like, I want 2 drinks, and she's like, what if we have 2 drinks and it will be 4 drinks? How are we gonna have that? She's like, we're just gonna share it. It's like, what, half for each? That's weird. It's like, no, dude, she's ordering for the both of us, but she'll get it eventually. Serve it up.
2 big French weavers.
Whoops. 2 big French weavers.
So, this one's for you, and this one's for me. You said you wanted whatever I asked for, right? Oh, that way. You could have said so earlier.
Mm-hmm. And Stella kind of like goes, you're lucky I love you.
You're lucky. You're my friend. Oh yeah, here. And Jill puts the helmet back on the table again. Hey, so this is where I left my helmet. Thanks. You really need to be more careful with your things. Yeah, but I have spares. Those spares should be safe for when the one you're using breaks or malfunctions, not when you lose it. Those helmets cost money, you know. Yeah, sorry. Should I say that boss got her head stuck because of a jammed button? Speaking of money, you still going to that meeting at the bank tomorrow? Yup. You worried? I'll refrain for now. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. Don't be! It'll be fine. Rumors are just rumors. Rumors? They say something might happen at the bank tomorrow? But with all the tension in the air lately, it's hard to know if it's true. As if the fear-mongering wasn't enough, people have also started spreading baseless rumors. Yesterday I had to stop a group from rampaging youngsters that heard the city would be leveled by bombs. Everyone's on edge. Yeah. I know you're worried, but I have to go there. It's orders from the higher-ups. Tell me something. If someone came after me, do you think they'd stand a chance? You're quite strong, but I'll take something to protect myself. Be prepared for anything. Would that make you feel safer? Maybe. I'll tell you what. After I come back, we'll get some ice cream. That way you can vent all your frustrations. Alright. Seems my vehicle is here to pick me up. You coming, Say? Nah, I'll stay here a bit longer. Ugh. Okay. Take care. Bye! She's such a worrywart. That means she cares about you. I've never doubted. Say, why does my helmet smell like bacon? Bacon? Not that I mind, I'm just curious. Well, you know how some things absorb the smell of what's nearby. It must have grabbed it from one of the ingredients. I see. And I don't think Say gets it, but, you know, normally I see is like, in this game, it's like, but I think this is a genuine, like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. Do you believe all that stuff about tensions growing in that anarchist group trying to disband the White Knights? To tell you the truth, I'm a bit worried. Even in my division, there's some shady business going on, but I don't want to investigate too deeply. What kind of business? From what I understand, things like working with human traffickers or drug dealers and letting them act as they wish. Some even say the ones that do get apprehended are the ones that have failed them in some way. Stella always says, the White Knights are just glorified mall security. She says that it's been proven beyond a doubt that some shady business is going on. Zaibatsu Corp's main branch will separate themselves from the whole White Knight division. Something about the Associates' fear of bad PR resulting in them moving to the BTC? Sounds plausible. Yeah, it kind of worries me though, because I really like my job. And I guess a similar fear exists among the upper ranks. Lately they seem restless. Too much politics, huh? It hurts my brain. I just want to rescue people and help them. Says a simple girl. I just want to do my job without worries about politics of any kind. Me too, Say. I think, me too. What are you doing at the bank tomorrow? My colonel needed to relay some information to the manager, and I was because he trusted me. Well, he said, you're such a simpleton that you'd never give the wrong message. But it's his intention that counts. Oh. Finally, Dorothy has come back to Valhalla. Please refrain from doing these sitcom-like entrances. You're disturbing the other clients. Oh, come on. You know the audience would have gone wild with that one. Oh, let me try this again. Sorry, Dorothy. Finally, Dorothy has come back to Valhalla. Clapping and cheering. Yay, Dorothy. Dorothy, we love you. Valhalla is filmed in front of a live studio audience. And besides, you make it sound like you have a full house. We have Say. That's full enough for us. Ahem. It's uncommon to see you here 2 days in a row. I wanted to grab something before starting my shift. Grab something before they start grabbing me, you could say. You want to guess what Dorothy's job is? Hey! You having a drink? Can I buy you one? Why, yes, thank you. Honey, you should follow her example and offer me drinks more often. We'll see. And Jill kind of like snickers like sneakily. What are you having? I'll have what she's having. Then I've got the perfect thing. Let's have a blue fairy. One for both. One for each. Alright. 2 blue fairies will do. If there's 2 characters I'd love to see in a room more often, it's definitely Dorothy and Say. These 2 are just 2 peas in a pod. Dorothy is more of the go get 'em types, and Say is more of a let's say I need to stop that. Say is more of a, I'd say, you know, upfront, like, I can do this sort. And Dorothy's like, yeah, adventure type. So that's how I'm gonna classify it. Let's read this. A blue fairy, 4 out of hide, 1 flounder guide with optional harmatron, all aged and mixed. One needs to make your teeth turn blue. Hope you brushed them well. Tags are sweet, girly, and soft. Alright, blue fairy. Next. Oops, no ice. Oops, definitely no Bronson extract. That's the bitter stuff. That's nasty. Alright, fill her up. Apologies, like, once again for any miscellaneous noises. Events are happening somehow at 5 in the morning. It's disappointing. I thought I could get some quality recording time, but guess not. You know, I don't deserve such things. Oops, forgot to add it. Luckily in this game, you can just add H and stop before it starts blending. Yeah, if you add age, you can add, I think I said this before, you can add ice or aging it like after you start it. I think Gil also set that at the beginning of the game too. So even if you press serve and you're just missing one of these, just click it and you'll be fine. Because I think the game says like, oh, we just added after the fact, doesn't matter. So, serve it up. 2 fairies. Hey, this is pretty good. See? And it's blue like your hair. It is. So, what's your name, sweetie? Call me Say. Alrighty, Say, I'm Dorothy. Say. Yes. Say. Yes. Say. Jill's like, for once I can't imagine what kind of expression Jill has, but it's probably just one of I need to get these 2 away from each other as far as possible. It's gonna be a night. I can't deal with it. I have a life. Say, why did you just buy me a drink? I just thought you were as cute as a button, and so I wanted to invite you to join me. Huh. And it's here where Dorothy, you know, carefully takes a moment to eye Say up and down very carefully. Like, she is giving Say a good once-over. We can't tell because we're just kind of like glancing at her, but from Dorothy's perspective and from Say's perspective, like, she's eyeing her up real thoroughly. And maybe not even in a sexual way. It's like a slow up and down. And she maybe like, you know, gives her a like, huh. Wow. You have to be the first person to offer me a drink without having an ulterior motive. And that includes fuckboy over there. And Gil's like, I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed. And Jill looks over like, how could you? What do you mean? Trust me, when you work in my kind of field, you'll learn to read cues from everything. And this girl is as simple to a fault. And Jill kind of raises her eyebrow a little bit and goes like, uh-huh? And Say's like, now she's curious. She's like playful curious. How so? You're the what you see is what you get type. That look on your face is one that simply sees no point in lying. Coupled with the fact that you're in here, what looks like your work attire tells me that you're so married to your job that sex is too far down your priority list to notice its existence. So if you invited me to a drink because you found me cute, and that's the extent of it, I believe you. Thank you! You say she's the first one, but what about Deal giving you a ticket the other day? Who? Oh yeah, the little one with the dogs. No, he doesn't count. He looked like a humanoid Matt. It's funny because we will come across this character at some point, and if you play the prologue, you might come across him very early. He looked like a humanoid Matt. That gets funnier and funnier every time I read it. I swear I've read this line maybe like 9 times total in this series, and like I think maybe 20 times across a lifetime playing Valhalla, and it just gets funnier and funnier every time. Every time. Like even playing the Valhalla beta, the prototype, it's like he is kind of a humanoid Matt. It's true. It's kind of true. He likes dogs though. Ouch. Get fucked, Jill. You seem perceptive, Dorothy, but I'm not too far behind. How so? I can tell your body is heavily modded with things that you shouldn't even have. And Say is saying this with a genuine expression of like, huh, you shared, now I get to share. And Dorothy's like, uh-oh. Oh fuck. I forgot. Are you Popo? Let's okay, there we go. We watch, we protect. You Popo. Your tongue is a BEB-069 with DNA scanning capabilities. Your skin is coated with an anti-radiation finish. Your joints are one of those premium extra flexible variety. And the most important thing, your hands. What about them? I don't know how modded your body is under your clothes. Your tongue, joints, and skin are merely interesting. But your hands are the MRID 113 of Realta Industries. A model designed to shoot Class 5 bullets from its fingertips. So? Clause G of Article 17 in the Augmentations and Modifications Law on the topic of ballistic augmentations. Any humanoid or sapient creature on a civilian designation that has upgraded any of its person to hold firearms of Class 3 grade or higher will either be commissioned for disarmament or sent to danger zones. What are you gonna do? And we'll take a minute to enjoy Dorothy's delicious expression of fear. She is scared, and also this is one where she blinks quite often. Like I think all characters blink in this game, but she is blinking very often. Like, oh boy, nothing. Nanda? I'm not law enforcement. I just do rescue. And even if I was, I'm not on duty right now. Oh. I want to know though, why go through with that upgrade? A girl's gotta take care of herself, you know. I want to be able to deal with things if they get ugly, and this is the most discreet mod I had. Or at least I thought so. Oh, yeah. Okay then, can I give you some advice? I guess? The reason I can tell it's not your default hand model is your fingertips. The tips are a little bigger to make the cannons fit. You could get a small mod that changes them into disposable tips. Assuming they're being used for self-defense, not regular use, of course. I see. Well, I've got to go. Oh yes, another thing. If you aim for the arms or legs, once it's self-defense, anything more is assault. Yeah. Bye, Dorothy. Bye, Jill. Bye. See you, Say. Please come again. I thought she was gonna take me away. They would put my mind in a vacuum cleaner for 3 years. 2 if I behave well. That's what happens when you underestimate people. Don't underestimate Say. I think a constant thing I might say through the series. I think I said it before. That's the thing. That is the thing. That is the phrase. I think I've said it before, because my memories of this series get jumbled. This is not a linear series. This is recorded many days passing. And it's perfectly fine for the series because I know this game like the back of my hand. But I can't be bothered to check every single 40-minute video I put up. And it's like, this is what I said. So don't fuck around with Say. Say is great. Although I'm tempted to ask, about what? DNA reading tongue. Very prehensile, intuitive. Also, it vibrates. Wanna see? Extra flexible joints. Do you really need to ask? I can do that. Nope. Anti-radiation coating. Hey, my skin's my first tool of the trade. I need to take care of it as much as possible. Pouty face. And it makes me feel so soft no matter how much it's been battered. That's scary. Alright then. So you fancy yourself a diviner, reading people and all? Not really. I'm just quite good at reading people. I guess it's a byproduct of dealing with so many people on a daily basis. It's a bit surreal to hear that from a Lilim. What can you say about me then? Oh boy, let me sit up straight for this. Let's see. And like before, what she did was say, she eyes Jill up and down very slowly. And for some reason, Jill's getting a chill down her back like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna go up. Maybe I want to change my mind about this. You're very, very, very sexually frustrated. It's not the act itself, but rather that your partners can't seem to satisfy you on a deeper level. There's an even deeper frustration. Something's happened that's blocking you. Maybe there's someone who you know won't return your feelings? Maybe you were hurt in the past? Thus, your demeanor is that of someone who feels like life is playing tricks on her. Like a dog whose owner never really throws the ball. And Jill tenses up. She goes straight as the board. And she grips her hands like very tightly as to not like show it on her face, but she cannot hide it from Dorothy because Dorothy's staring right at her and her face is like she's got her lips tucked in and her eyes are very wide and she's got a very sharp chill going down her back. It's like, I don't believe it. I think Dorothy might be onto me. So that continues for a few seconds. And Dorothy eyes back over with a smug expression like, oh boy, did I actually hit the nail on the head? I was making this stuff up on the fly. Fuck you, Dorothy. I love you. Best character in the game. I may say some characters are great and I love them. Dorothy, best character in the game. In fact, just 2 days ago, ordered some Dorothy stickers from Etsy. Everyone, buy Dorothy. In fact, Yes Word Games, Fangamer, if anyone is hearing this, please more Dorothy merch. I will give you money out of my pockets that I have to earn for more Dorothy merch. Dorothy merch. Fun fact, did you know that my video popped up on Google search for Dorothy Haze? Because I'm apparently the only one on YouTube currently who has used the title Dorothy Haze in one of their video titles. And I'm like, wait, am I the first person who used the words Dorothy and Haze in a Google title? In the title? Whatever. So fun fact for that. That gave me a giggle like, wait, why is my video up on Google? I'm not famous. I have 0 views on my videos. What? All that stuff is just rubbish I say because it's right 80% of the time. Generic bullshit, if you will. You'd be surprised at the amount of sexual frustration people hold. I can't read you, honey. You're too good at putting on a professional face. But this definitely gives you some more insight into you. Lucky. And Jill goes from shocked to furious. But because we're slightly amused by Dorothy saying we're a little hard to read, but we kind of give ourselves away, she holds it back just a little. Aren't you late or something? I am, but if you let me satisfy your frustrations, I could stall for some time. Go! Fine. Bye-bye, honey. Artificial intelligence has come up rather far, eh? One wonders how artificial it remains. It's not artificial anymore, bro. Shut up, fuckboy. You've gotten ratted out twice. Everything done? Yeah. Hey, boss, this might seem random, but do you remember the first time I came to the bar? When you came to submit your contract. Yeah, why? Well, for some reason, I've been hung up on it since this morning, and I just realized why. The visage of that welcomed me back then was Gil trying to pull your hand out of a jar. Oh yeah, that. I can't remember what exactly, but something fell inside and I tried to retrieve it. I just kind of put my hand in and it got stuck. It was a friend's jar too, so I couldn't just break it. Hey Gil, how'd you get my hand out of that jar? A straw and some butter. Oh yeah, clever solution. The classic, straw and butter. Yeah, that brings me to my random thought. That incident, the helmet yesterday, and the many times your foot got stuck on something for stomping it. Boss, why do you get stuck in so many different things? Is this an anime trope of yours? I know you have an ahogi and a cool metallic armor and a serious backstory, but why is this your one character trait? Huh? And Gil, he just realizes it too. Like, wait a minute. Now that you mention it, I remember this one time she tried to eat a big sandwich and her jaw got stuck. Sure, add her jaw to the list of things that got stuck. Then there was the incident with the TV. I'll admit my fault with the others, but the TV incident was not my fault. The assembly instructions for that stand should have labeled their Z's and S's better. You saw what happened when I switched to S2 play with the 5Z1. Still, Jill's onto something here. Ahem. Yes, she is. Now go clean the dishes and you can leave for today. And boss is kind of like, meh. I like to think she'll make an effort now to avoid getting stuck in things. I want to believe. I do. Alright, because I am so tired, but, satisfied. We're gonna read these off and we're gonna skip. We're going to skim through the articles such. So let's read this. Total earnings. You know what? I'm not gonna read this. I'm gonna say. But I'll read bosses. I'll read flawless service bonus, 500 spackaroos. Everything was turned out right in the end. Don't worry. $300. Today's transfer, 1,752. Alright, whatever. We got charged. Yay. Happy not birthday. Force says, you really like that website, huh? And Jill says, I have needs. Let me try that again. This deserves reading. Force says, you really like that website, huh? And Jill says, I have needs. And I assume this is right off the heels of Dorothy's teasing about sexual frustrations. So, whatever's nuts to that. We're really gonna skim these. I am tired. Mickey concert 4. Yada yada. No shit posting. And on left. Yada yada. Girl talking about how she wants to confess to her friend. Is like my animes. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna kiss her? I'll think about it. And 4 says, how was your first kiss? And Jill says, I tripped into a guy. It hurt like hell. Poor Jill. Augmented Eye. You won't be able to delete the shocking Hear Mickey Secret by Camila Velez. Guess what? Content blocked. Jill says, this is a local page for fuck's sake. Nothing with Cure Mickey. So, I know it's short, but we're gonna end it here. So, thank you for tuning in, and goodbye.